What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today we have Sneak Peek 4, and I have got a lot of questions for Marble regarding this sneak peek, guys. So let's go ahead and watch this thing and see what's this all about. Okay. What? What? Let me back that up a little bit. So the first thing you guys notice is in the background here, you see Iron Man's Tier 3 animation, and then you see the classified files here, right? And then we move along here, and we see the advancement notice right here. Now, I believe a couple times this thing actually, there you go, right there. You can actually see that it says ADV 4. Tier 4. Yeah. And then when you let this thing play a little bit longer and it gets a little bit closer, right? We'll go ahead and go frame by frame. There we go. And there it shows it again. 4. Advancement 4. So this pretty much looks like we are getting confirmation of Tier 4 for Iron Man, at the least, right? That's pretty much what it looks like. And, I have a lot of feelings regarding this. Now, it might not mean Tier 4, it might mean something else, but it looks pretty obvious, guys. They say advancement, they're putting the 4 in there. It pretty much looks like Tier 4. And it has been 4 years since Tier 3 was introduced into the game. So it really, honestly, doesn't surprise me at all that they would bring in Tier 4 at this point, and that Iron Man will be getting the Tier 4. I mean, that's pretty much what it looks like. And I have a lot of questions because, whenever we got Tier 4, we also got, or I'm sorry, whenever we got Tier 3, we also got, World Boss Ultimate, where we can actually farm for the materials that we need to level up these characters, right? We can farm for, the EOD, CCF, and also the books. And that's a question I have for them. If we're going to Tier 4, are we going to need some other component to level them up other than books, right? Because books are just completely RNG based. And whenever we first got Tier 3s, this was something that a lot of players complained about, was that it was taking, like, some players would get the books right away, some players would get the books, it would take them a long, long time. And this is something that a lot of players didn't like at all. So are they going to do something like that? Are they going to give us another material that you have to have a certain amount of in order to go to Tier 4? The other thing is, right now, we can farm a lot of EOD, TCP, in the story mode, through the dispatch missions. I mean, we have quite a few places and to get these resources. We get lots of CCF from World Boss Legend. So, and also we have to level the gears to 25 in order to do Tier 3s. Well, if characters are going to have a Tier 4 available, do we have to use more EOD and TCP and level up these gears even more? Or do we have to level up gears even more? Is it going to cost us even more materials to advance the character to Tier 3? Are we still going to use CCF? Or are we going to use another material? Because whenever Tier 3s first come out, they introduced World Boss Ultimate. Captain America was the very first Tier 3, and they introduced World Boss Ultimate, where we could farm for EOD, TCP, and CCF. But they had these packs in the store that you could queue up. And yours truly was so excited when Captain America got his Tier 3, and I got my books very, very fast. I ended up buying 3 of these packs, 3 of them, in order to level them up. Now, I didn't have to do that. I did it because I wanted to get Captain America Tier 3, right? At that time, I was a pretty big whale in this game. But my concern is that, one concern is, are we going to need new materials to do Tier 4? And if we are, where are we going to get them? Now, we know that Netmarble is going to be introducing some new game modes. We know that they're going to give us a new GBR. We know that we're going to get some new World Boss Legends. And more than likely, those are where we're going to be farming for new materials if we have to use new materials for Tier 4, right? And how many of those materials are we going to get? Are they going to put new materials in the dispatch missions? Are they going to put new materials in the story mode? Because the thing is, you're still going to need Tier 3 materials, right? You're still going to need EOD and TCP for those characters and for future characters that we're going to get in the game. So these materials still remain relevant for the most part, because as of right now, you can do everything in the game with tier 3s. Now, if they introduce certain game modes in the future where we need tier 4s, then they're going to definitely have to make, tier 4 materials more accessible for players, because this was outrageous. After I did this that first time, I had never did it again. In fact, I refused to buy these packs ever again. I was so excited for Captain America, but after spending $300 just to tier 3 him right away, because I was very impatient, I didn't want to wait, I just wouldn't do it again. There's no way I'll do that again. That is just absolutely ridiculous. And I'll probably just farm it the old-fashioned way, maybe buy a small pack if they have one for tier 4 materials. But I mean, I have conflicting thoughts about it, guys. Do we really need tier 4s in the game? I mean, we have a lot of tier 3s, guys. I mean, we got a lot of tier 3s. There's quite a few characters that I don't have at tier 3 yet, or we have awakened characters. And that's another question, right? We have awakened characters, so in the new, like, they're going to introduce game modes where you can only use tier 4s, right? So then awakened characters wouldn't be useful. And then are they going to give us like a awakened character, a further transcending version of an awakened character, right? I mean, the game really does need a little bit of power creep. This isn't exactly what I had in mind. I actually thought just having stronger uniforms would have been a little bit better for, respective types. But okay, so I guess now we're getting tier 4. And, how much of a power creep will it be? I mean, when we got the tier 3 guys, I mean, Captain America was godly stronger than everybody else, but it really didn't affect the game that much, and it really didn't change much of anything in the game, right? Because he was just one character. And I really think that that's going to be the same situation with Iron Man. He gets tier 4. I mean, yeah, it's obviously probably going to be some power creep, but I don't think it's going to be nothing, insane. And as long as they give us a way to farm for whatever materials we need, unless we're just going to use the same materials, which would be pretty cool, for tier 4, I don't think it's really going to be a big deal. So it remains to be seen, guys, as far as, are we going to be using new materials? Are we going to have a different type of book, some other thing that we absolutely have to have a certain amount of in order to do tier 3s for these characters? I mean, there's a lot to think about, but I'm willing to give Netmarble the benefit of the doubt. I mean, they do a pretty good job with these kinds of things. And I'm pretty sure in the very beginning, they will throw in some packs in there if we do have some new materials. So that way they can try to, get them whales to go out and buy a bunch of packs like what I did with Captain America whenever he got his tier 3. And will it only be Iron Man? Will Black Widow get a tier 4? Will Robbie get a tier 4? I mean, who knows, guys, at this point? But there are quite a few characters still in this game that, don't have tier 3s, don't have awakened skills in the game. So, I mean, we'll see how this plays out, guys. As far as tier 4s, I mean, well, I'm interested, guys. I'm really interested. Like I said, whenever we got the tier 3s, it was a big power creep, but it really didn't affect the game all that much. And I'm pretty sure that tier 4s is going to be the same thing, but it remains to be seen, as far as what's going to happen in the future, if we're absolutely going to need a tier 4 for certain game modes, and is that game mode going to be where we actually get the materials for the character? I mean, those are my big questions. Are we going to be using the same materials for tier 4? Are they going to throw in something new? Because that's what I think they'll probably end up doing. That way they can monetize it, try to make a little bit more money off of it. People will be in a hurry to try to get those tier 4s as quickly as possible, just like whenever Captain America first showed up with his tier 3. So I do imagine that is what they're going to do. But hopefully they'll, just like they did with Captain America, they'll give us a way to farm for the materials completely free to play. And if they do, and it does take a little bit longer to get a tier 4, that won't be so bad. So let me know what you guys think about tier 4. What are your speculations on this thing? Do you think we're going to be using the same materials that we have currently in the game? Do you think they're going to make us use different materials for them? And also, I want to leave you guys with a run with good old Luna, because I was told that this character couldn't do, in the stage 30s against Mephisto. And I was like, well, yeah, she can. Actually, she can actually do it rather well. I mean, my Luna has 40,000 energy attack, and check this out. She's got 181% critical damage and 40% ignored defense, guys. 40%. I didn't even realize this until now, after I did the run. When you watch the run, you'll be like, damn, that's amazing. She has max dodge, which is really good because I'm using a CTP of Rage on her instead of a CTP of Judgment. And of course, her leadership tag really does make a difference. But the truth is, I've actually done this run without White Fox. The run you guys are going to watch is with White Fox, but I've actually done it without White Fox, although it is very difficult without her because White Fox adds a lot of buffs and the decreased damage received just really makes a difference. The chain hit damage makes a big difference for Luna. And I don't have no Odin's Blessings on this character. She has 5-star energy attack Urus on her. All of her skills are at 6. She has fully awakened Power Ranger all set. She does have her artifact, which doesn't make much of a difference at all. I've tested it. And then, of course, it's a regular CTP of Rage. If she had a CTP of Judgment, she would do even better. And her uniform is only at rare. So she has a decent build, but she doesn't have a really great build. And honestly, being able to do stage 34 in the amount of time that she did it, I do have 120% energy attack on my cards. I do have 22% pierce. It's honestly quite the feat that she was able to do it. It really surprised me. She does get the extra cold damage from her uniform. And then I just have 2 uniform options. Obviously, the White Fox here. And then Visions here is actually a legendary. So, I mean, she isn't fully built and was still able to do this with a CTP of Rage with 40% more defense, which is actually quite insane. So I'm going to leave you guys with stage 34 run against Mephisto with Luna. And again, let me know how y'all feeling about the tier 4s. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See everybody.